So Crisis on Infinite Earths has just ended, and Part 4 and Part 5 had a huge impact on the Arrowverse shows, on the Arrowverse multiverse, and the status quo of everything, basically literally everything DC will ever release going forward, has been changed drastically because of these last two parts, or really these last three parts. The multiverse was destroyed, the multiverse was restored, and then Part 5 really showed what the new multiverse is like. Now, in the end of Part 5, we got a montage narrated by Oliver Queen about the new multiverse. A couple universes were shown, including Earth Prime, Earth 2, Earth 9, Earth 12, Earth 19, Earth 21, and Earth 96, some of which are either drastically different from previous versions of these universes, or they're just similar, but maybe a little bit different. In this video, I'll be breaking down all of those universes, but also talk about what the new multiverse looks like, and how it operates in regards to the Arrowverse and the Arrowverse multiverse, but also, what is the Arrowverse right now? Is it the entire multiverse, or is it only Earth Prime? So going in numerical order instead of the order of when they're shown in the episode, let's begin with Earth Prime, which is supposed to be the main universe in the Arrowverse. Earth Prime is named after a couple things. It could be named after the original Earth Prime, the universe where Superboy was from. It's supposed to be in like the real world, but just one hero is in there. That's Superboy. Superboy would later become Superboy Prime, the main villain of Infinite Crisis, the sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earth. So maybe we're going to be seeing that in the future, but Earth Prime is not really Earth Prime. It bears a passing resemblance. It's definitely a lot closer in concept to either Prime Earth, the current regular main universe, the New 52, or, and this is a lot more similar, the New Earth, which was the main universe after the Crisis on Infinite Earths event. The difference is the New Earth was the only universe in the multiverse, as the multiverse was completely gone, while here, Earth Prime is not the only universe in the multiverse. The multiverse has been reborn, rebirthed, but Earth Prime is the main one. It's still in the multiverse, so it is kind of similar to Earth Prime in the name, New Earth with the concept of Crisis on Infinite Earths, but also I think it's more similar than anything to Prime Earth, the main universe of the New 52, since it's the main universe, but it's still in a multiverse. But regardless of what it's actually called, what is Earth Prime? Earth Prime is supposed to be an amalgamation of Earth 1, Earth 38, and the Black Lightning universe. Oliver Queen rebirthed the multiverse and made a universe. This is a completely new multiverse, so everything from before Part 4, the entire multiverse is still gone. This one is a new one, created from the ground up, and in this new multiverse, Earth 1, Earth 38, and the Black Lightning universe were all combined in the very beginning from the start. So Superman, Black Lightning, Supergirl, also the Legion of Superheroes, they're all on Earth Prime, along with the already Earth 1 characters. Those are actually the things that we already know about Earth Prime. It is possible that it's an amalgamation of even more universes, and honestly I do think it is, based off the other universes we see in this narration, Earth 2 and Earth 19, which are, we could see, drastically different from the old multiverse. I have a theory that what they're going to do is make it so that Earth Prime is not only an amalgamation of Earth 1, 38, and Black Lightning. I think it's an amalgamation of every Arrowverse universe that isn't something else. Like an Arrowverse universe that was introduced for the Arrowverse is exclusive to the Arrowverse and wasn't already either a TV show or a movie or something along those lines. So obviously the Titans universe, the Smallville universe, the DC Extended Universe, those are still in the multiverse, but things like Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, Earth 19, and Earth 38, and the Black Lightning universe, I think are all a part of Earth Prime. The only exception to this, I think, would be Earth X, since that's, I'm guessing, still going to be completely separate, but all of the, I think, main Arrowverse universes that aren't already something else, I'm going to guess here, are a part of Earth Prime, which I think we see with the rest of the narration, starting with Earth 2, which I'll talk about now. In the old multiverse, Earth 2 was the evil universe for a while. I mean, characters like Cisco, Caitlin, and Ronnie all had these evil counterparts on Earth 2, and Zoom, probably like the scariest villain ever, was from Earth 2 as well. After all those things, after all those characters died, it turned into just a universe where Harry Wells, Jesse Quick, and Black Canary, the Laura Lance version from Earth 2, are all from. It's pretty clear, however, in the new multiverse, Earth 2 is something completely different. I do think the previous Earth 2 was amalgamized into Earth Prime, which I'm guessing we're going to be shown through characters like Jesse Quick and more prominently, way more prominently, Black Canary. But this new Earth 2 in the new multiverse is a lot more similar to the Earth 2 in the comics, as it's very clearly prominently showcasing the Justice Society of America. In this narration, in this montage, we see our first look at certain heroes from the new Stargirl TV show, and I gotta be honest, I wasn't really all that excited for Stargirl. I didn't think much of it looked very good. I mean, some of it looked fine, but for the most part, I wasn't excited. However, after this one image, it looks great. I think some of the costumes, like the stripe thing, like the stripe CGI looks great. The costumes for Dr. Midnight and Hourman look way better than they did in the Arrowverse, and Stargirl and also this new Wildcat, who actually became Wildcat in Crisis on Infinite Earths in the comics, so that's pretty cool. It all looks way better than any other trailer or image ever showed us, so that's interesting. But like I said, this is a lot more similar to the original Earth 2 with the JSA. This new Earth 2 is based off the original Earth 2 of sorts. The original Earth 2 was actually the original universe where the original Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman were all from. Later, it became the secondary universe, which focused on the JSA with Jay Garrick, Alan Scott, Dr. Fate, Hawkman, and Hawkgirl, and all those characters like that. In this new multiverse, Earth 2 is more similar to that than it was in the old multiverse, as we clearly see characters like Hourman and Dr. Midnight, who were members of the Justice Society of America, and also like Starman, as in the Stargirl trailers. It's clear that Stargirl is going to be taking up the role of Stargirl from Starman, who was a member of the JSA, and also you see Wildcat taking over the role from Ted Grant, I'm guessing, from the JSA, which is all pretty interesting. Like I said, this is a lot more similar to Earth 2 in the comics, a lot more similar than the Earth 2 was in the old multiverse, and I think that is very, very interesting. It does beg the question of what about not only the current Justice Society of America in the old universe of Earth 1, do they exist in Earth Prime, but also characters like Ted Grant, do they exist in Earth Prime as well? We don't know yet, but I think it's probably likely that all of those Justice Society of America characters only exist on Earth 2 and not on Earth Prime. The next universe we can see is Earth 9, which is the only universe that was shown both times in both narrations, in the beginning and at the end. But this one is the Titansverse, the Titans universe, which I think we can say hasn't really been affected by the Crisis on Infinite Earths retcon at all. Like, it does seem like maybe the Titansverse has always taken place in the new multiverse, but even if it wasn't, I don't think it's been affected very much, as unless they do some heavy retcons in Season 3, it will probably stay mostly completely separate from the Arrowverse, so I don't think there'll be any changes, but the Titansverse is on Earth 9 and will be going forward in the new multiverse. But just like the likes of Earth 2, it's not really in the Arrowverse, as going forward, the Arrowverse is just really Earth Prime. Next up is Earth 12, which this is probably the biggest introduction, the biggest inclusion from this narration, since basically everything else we either knew or it's a DC TV on DC Universe, which at this point every single live action show on DC Universe is a part of the Arrowverse's multiverse, but this one was fairly unexpected. Earth 12 is the Green Lantern universe, the one with Ryan Reynolds from 2011. Much like Titans, it's either like they were always a part of the new multiverse, or the retcon either didn't affect them very much at all, or we're probably never going to see those retcons because we're never going to see this version of the Green Lantern universe ever again. The next universe is Earth 19, confirming that Swamp Thing, the 2019 TV show, which I'm guessing that's why they named it Earth 19, is a part of the Arrowverse's multiverse. This is interesting not only because this would be the first appearance of Swamp Thing in the Arrowverse, aside from his own TV show, but also it's completely retconning the old multiverse's version of Earth 19. The old version of Earth 19 was supposed to be based off the Gotham by Gaslight universe, as it was mainly really just Accelerated Man that was from that universe, but it was also supposed to be the Gypsy universe with the Breacher. The question now is, was Earth 19 amalgamized into Earth Prime, or was it just completely replaced by Swamp Thing? The first option is that Earth 19 was indeed amalgamized into Earth Prime, as, like I said, I do think it's probably the Arrowverse universes that aren't other things already that were amalgamized. I don't think it would add much. I mean, you can't really have Accelerated Man or the Breacher Agency in Earth Prime, but I don't know, maybe Gypsy herself could now exist on Earth Prime. But then there's also the question of, I don't know, maybe Swamp Thing does take place on Earth 19, maybe the Swamp Thing TV show was in the same universe as the Breacher Agency, which I would say is possible. However, watching that show, it's pretty clear it's just set on a regular world with magic that nobody really knows about, and nobody knows about the multiverse, while Earth 19 in the Arrowverse, the old multiverse that is, was a universe with the Breacher Agency, with Breachers, and it does seem like the whole world knew about the multiverse, so I don't think that Swamp Thing is in the old multiverse at all, and I think Earth 19 was amalgamized and Swamp Thing replaced it, which does mean I think that Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, and Earth 38, which were all amalgamized, were probably all replaced by new universes. universes which are either different or probably going to be seeing all those universes. And so far, they're all DC Universe TV shows or maybe other things like that. And the final universe is Earth 21, which is the Doom Patrol universe, which is another one that I think that the whole show the entire time took place in the new multiverse, and there wasn't really any changes whatsoever between season 1 and season 2 that we're going to be seeing. But this does confirm, for without a shadow of a doubt, that Titans and Doom Patrol do take place on separate universes, even though we were led to believe that they weren't. And then there was also the leaks that led us to believe that they were. This does confirm that they are indeed in separate universes, which I think is good because there were too many canonical errors between these two shows to really have them in the same universe, like the Chief not only looking very different, but also acting very different, and also Beast Boy not really having any role whatsoever in the Doom Patrol TV show, not even ever mentioned. So I do think that I'm glad that they finally confirmed that they're all on different universes. Oh, actually, no. The final universe is Earth 96, as we see the Brandon Routh Superman flying out in space and smiling to the camera like the iconic shot from the original Superman movies. One difference that the Crisis made to this universe is that his logo, instead of being black and based off the Kingdom Come suit, is still based off the Kingdom Come suit, but the logo is yellow now, the inside of it, which I think right off of that, based off of that, already the best costume from Superman we have ever seen. Really, all you gotta do is get rid of the red trunks and it's absolutely perfect. But those are the universes that we know from the new multiverse, and I do think that this narration from Oliver basically confirms what the Arrowverse is going forward. Earth Prime is the Arrowverse, and things like Earth 2, Earth 9, Earth 12, Earth 19, Earth 21, and Earth 96, and every other universe in the multiverse that we don't know about yet are not a part of the Arrowverse. They are a part of the DC multiverse. Earth Prime is the Arrowverse. So anyway, that's my breakdown of the narration from Oliver Queen at the end of Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 5. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.